Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, in this video, I will be showing us how to set up our store as a vendor or a merchant on halalmart.com. Please follow carefully. Alright, here we are on the website halalmart.com.ng. We have a login here. The login here is for customers who are buying on the website. It's not for the merchant to log in. Now, if you're a merchant and you want to register on the website, you will need to scroll down to the bottom of the page right here. Under the useful links, you have merchant dashboard. This is where you actually log into your dashboard as a merchant. And this is the registration link for merchant. You want to click this link and it brings you back to this page, merchant registration page. There are 4 plans here to register from, and each of these have a commission attached to it. The first is a free registration of 10% commission on every sales, which means when you come here to register, you are not being charged for the registration, but whatever sales you make on the website, on this portal, you will be charged 10% commission on that sale. The second plan is the basic subscription plan that goes for 1,000 naira. In this plan, you have to pay before you begin registration. If you click on this plan, it will bring you to the payment portal or page where you have to enter your name, your email address and phone number. For this purpose, I will be using some dummy account or dummy data, assuming I want to pay for this very plan to proceed. You click on the pay and subscribe to this plan button. On this page, you will need to enter your card details and click on pay. And then when you've completed the payment, you will be redirected to the registration page, which you'll be seeing very soon. The same thing goes for the standard subscription plan and for the premium subscription plan. The standard subscription plan of 3,000 naira, you have 1% commission on your sales. But in these plans where you have to pay for registration, the payment is annually. Every year, you will be charged this amount plus this commission per sale. Whereas this is free of charge, but you'll be charged 10% commission on every sale. So you have to make a choice of whichever is suitable for you or convenient for you. We'll be going with the free registration. Tap or click on the free registration page and you will be brought down to the vendor registration proper. Remember, if you had clicked on any of the other plans that takes you to the payment page, after successful payment, you will be redirected back to this page to complete the registration. You will need a valid email address, which you will enter here. For this purpose, I'll be using my email address and you will need to create a password for yourself that you will not be able to forget. The password needs to be a combination of alphanumeric and any symbols that you can remember. Something really very strong, okay, so you don't get hacked. Tap on the register button or click on the register to complete this process. A message has been sent to the admin to approve your application. Congratulations, you have successfully applied as vendor. Please wait for further notification from the admin. Alright, the admin will approve this and get back to you. I'll have to wait for the admin to approve my page. I will need to check my email and see if I have gotten an approval. Alas, here we are. I've just received an email from Halal Mart that my application has been approved, so I can proceed with my registration process and setting up my store. All I need to do now is just to refresh this page. If I had not logged out, but if I had logged out, I would need to log back in. Now, when you have been approved, this is what you see. This is your dashboard. The first thing you want to do is to set up your store on your dashboard. Alright, the first thing is click on the storefront. Okay, I need to upload a banner here. I need to upload maybe my store logo or my business logo, whatever kind of logo I want to be displayed on my store. Let's start with the cover picture. It has to be 1200 by 390, or any big picture will do. So you click on select files, and we will need to look for a good picture. I'll go to my store. Okay, I have 9 shopping store, and I want to look for a picture that I can upload. I need a bigger picture. I need a big picture. That will be fine for me. Okay, let's assume I am dealing with electronics, things like that. So I'll need to select a very big picture. It's about 1,200. That's 900. It's not big enough. 900, not big enough. Let's look for other pictures. Let me come here to the store and see if I can pick a picture from here. Alright, I'm dealing with this, so I should use one of these as my cover. Okay, this is fine. So you choose a picture that is big enough for the cover page, and then you proceed. When the picture has been uploaded like this, and it shows there, you want to select the picture and have it cropped. Okay, I want this part of the picture to appear, and then crop it. That has been set, and the next thing I want to set my logo. I will give the, if you have other pictures here, you can select from here, but if you don't have, click on the upload files, choose select file, and scroll down to wherever you have your pictures you want to upload. In this case, I will be uploading my logo. Right, that's just fine. I will pick one of these logos to upload on my page and select. There we go. Alright, I have my logo. That logo seems blur. I don't really like that logo. I can change it by uploading a new logo. Select files and get a better logo. It's good for me. I need an original logo with a big size. Alright, 916 by 916 is fine. You can always crop. Select that, and we click on crop image. Quite fine for us. Now that's the first part of it, and the next thing you want to put your store information. So I will give my store a name, fashion, and my slug will be Rushda Fashion. This will be the link that will be displayed on the web browser of my customers who comes to visit my store. I can give the store a description. It is of all kinds of African fabrics and Guinea. Alright, message to the buyer. Thank you for visiting my store. our store. We hope make a good buying experience. Alright, just a brief message to your buyers. Whatever thing you can decide to leave it blank if you don't want to. And if you want to display your email, your phone numbers, and the rest of them, I think you can go ahead and do that. As for me, it's not necessary. Halal Mart information suffice for me. So wherever you see the asterisk, it means it is compulsory, and that has been filled already by default. You cannot change it. If you need to change your email for any reason, you need to contact the admin by sending an email to info@halalmart.com, and that will be addressed. You can decide to set up all these addresses, but it doesn't really matter. I don't want my customers to begin to send me mails or unsolicited messages and things like that, so I'll just leave this place to be blank. But if I want to really advertise my business, I can decide to go ahead and add my Facebook handler, my personal Facebook, Twitter, and the rest of them. But for now, I think this section is okay. The most important thing for me is the picture here and the name of the store and the little description of what I sell. After you've done all these things, you click on the save option. Okay, the next thing I want to do is check out the billing part of it. My payments mode, I want to be paid directly into my bank account. If you are not a Nigerian, you have to choose PayPal, because Halal Mart will only pay non-Nigerians through PayPal. But every Nigerian will be paid with a bank account, direct bank account. So I'll choose my account type. I'll choose whatever your account type is. If it's savings or current, you choose any of those. And the bank name. Alright, the ABA number is not really necessary for Nigerians unless you're a foreigner. Destination currency, Naira. Bank address, really not important anyway. You can leave that to be blank, or you can decide to put it. The most important thing is your account number, the bank name, and the account holder. IBAN, this is for foreign transaction. If you're sending money outside Nigeria or from foreign countries to Nigeria, this will be required. The same thing with the ABA written number. Alright, but within Nigeria, we don't need this. Account holder name. And the account number. I'll just put something there. That's my account number. Really, it's a dummy data, so that's not really important. But this, you should put your correct information, because if this is not correct, it means you will not get paid when you're supposed to get paid. There will be delay and things like that. When you've done all this, cross-check your information and click on the save option. Let's check on the policies. By default, the policy is supposed to be the policy of the website, which is Halal Mart. But if you have your own special shipping policy or terms and conditions which you want your customers to know about, then you have to type it here. Alright, it's just something, but for me, really, I don't have anything to say here. I have no shipping policy. I'll be fine with the Halal Mart shipping policy. So I'll just leave this place to be blank. But if you have anything you wish your customers to know about, and it's best for you to put it right here. And if you want to put a picture, you click on this to add a picture here. And you have these format options to format your picture. And then you should also have a refund policy. What are the things, what are the criteria that will make you refund or not to refund a sold goods? You put them right here, right? For example, you can say no refundable after 30 days. You can say you no refund after payment, or no refund if the goods have been tempered with, or whatever kind of policy you want to create on your store regarding the shipping and refund policy. You have to state that here. But generally, Halal Mart will have her own policy on shipping and refunds. Cancellations through exchange and exchange policy, whatever those, if those appeals to you, you can put them right there. And then customer support, if you want your customers to contact you directly if they have issues with their goods or the products you send to them, and then you can feel free to put your phone number and email address here for the customers to contact you directly. And as for me, I have no policies to upload here, so I'll just go ahead and save the blank options and leave this part. And the most something else we need to check again is, let's see the profile management. Okay, this is a profile management. Remember, you're adding your bank account and your bank details at the other page. You want to add your real name here so that the cashier, whoever is in charge of disbursing payment, will verify that the account number is the same with this name. Okay, I think that's just that. And then if you want to put your picture, it's fine for you. If you don't want it, it's not necessary. But please make sure you put your real names here. Your real name goes in here because it will be used to cross-check the account number that was entered. If you do not put your real name here, then be rest assured that you will not receive your payment in due time. Alright, so let's proceed. We'll save this. And that is that about setting up your store. And the next thing, you want to start adding your product. You can do that right from here, or you can come through the product manager and you add products. If you click on all products, it should take you to all your products, but right now we don't have any products yet because we haven't added products. So what we want to do is to add products. Okay, this is where the real business comes in. It's a simple product we're adding. We're dealing with simple products for now. We're not dealing with vital products. Vital products will be only services. If you're doing services, then you click on vital products. But if you're not doing services, you're selling physical items that will be shipped, and then you do not tick this place. Just go ahead and give it a title. Give an SKU number, which is necessary. SKU is to identify the particular product that you're displaying. The particular product, so that when you have multiple products and a customer buys a particular product, you should be able to trace what product the person bought. And if you have that in stock, it helps you to keep stock of what you have in your store, your physical store. And whatever you have in your physical store should reflect on what you have here on your store on the website. So I give this, you can form something. Okay, I'll give that. All right, how much is this going for? It's going for 15,000. And now, if you want to do giveaway prizes, then you can add this. Otherwise, just leave this the way it is. Now, for you to add sale price and the normal price, it means originally this thing goes for 15,000, but now you wish to sell it for 12,500. Okay, this thing goes for 15,000. That's the real price, but now you wish to sell it for 12,500. Then you can leave this like this. But if you don't want this, then there's no point putting it. Just leave it at 15,000. And these are not necessary unless you have a deadline to sell the product. You can now add the deadline that, okay, you want to start selling this product from tomorrow, and this product will be out of stock by 20th. It means 4 days, or how many days from here? Yeah, 3 days. But if you don't want this, then it is not necessary. You can always off so that your goods remain and the customers can always come back to buy whenever they want to. Now, very important, you must make sure this is selected. Unless you don't want the products to be displayed on the website, you can choose hidden. If you want the product to be displayed on catalogs and searches, then make sure it remains the way it is. Do not touch it. And then you have to give this you have to give a short description of what you are selling. I am selling a gele made of asho material. Alright, short description. And you want to add a picture of the gele or whatever it is you're selling, and I want to add one of these pictures. Alright, and please make sure your pictures are very neat on a white background. Make sure your pictures are neat on a white background. That will make it more attractive for buyers. And it's going to be a policy for the website that your pictures must be on a white background. If your pictures are not on a white background, the admin will not approve the product. Because right now, after submitting this, it is going to be reviewed by the admin to make sure it is in line with the policy of what is allowed on the website. It's a Muslim website. It's supposed to be a halal thing. So if whatever you are posting is not halal, the admin would disapprove your product. Or if you fail to follow the guidelines, like using a white background for your picture and then for your product images, then you're likely going to get a disapproval. So you give it a full description. It is a good thing to make sure you have full description of what that product is all about. This also will determine if the admin will approve the product or not. Buyers need to know what this product is all about. They need to have an idea in details what they expect to see when you send the products over to them. So that is the essence of the description. So from this image, you can see that this turban or gele has stones and it also has beads and the color is blue. So I'm going to put it there. Stone. Yeah, right. Okay. Well, it's really not necessary to put your picture here anyway, but if you want, you can put, if you want, you can take it out. But the most important place to put your picture, this is very important. This is the most important place to put your picture, right? This is the featured image. That's the first thing the person will see on the website. So you choose this, and then you choose the picture, and then you add it. If you have all the samples of the same goods to display, then those ones go in here. You can put like 3, 4, 5 or 10 pictures in here, but the displayed picture here is only one picture. I can decide to leave this, or I can decide to add more pictures to entice my customers. Whichever the case may be, the choice is yours. Another important point is the category. This falls under women wear. So I think we have women clothing here, and the tag is going to be gele, separated with a comma. You can say head scarf, separate with a comma. You can also say turban, right, separate with a comma. Now the reason for the tag is this. Why the tagging is very necessary is when customers search for things on your website. For example, the customers typed on the website head scarf. Because I have this keyword here, this product will also appear on the search page. The customer types turban or search for turban, this product will also appear. It's not necessary that the person was looking for gele, but because I want people to get to know this thing I'm selling, so anything that is related to that product, you can use the tag there. So, for example, if someone was actually looking for a headscarf, and then when the person typed headscarf and then my gele displayed to the person could have a change of mind to say, well, I like this gele, so I can go for it. That's the essence of tagging. So you should have skills in tagging a product. Tagging means keywords that is associated with that very product that you are selling. So in this case, I'm tagging gele, I'm tagging headscarf, I'm tagging turban, and I can also tag ashoke, and then a comma to implement that. But remember, very important, the category is important. You don't want to be selling kitchen utensil and then you're having clothes, or you don't want to be selling clothes in kitchen utensils. So make sure your category is well defined, otherwise it will not be approved by the admin. The admin is going to check on all these things to make sure it's in compliance with the terms of conditions about loading products. Now we're done with this, and then the next thing is inventory. Now the inventory helps us to track, the numbers of goods we still have, all right, in stock. So if I choose this, if I choose manage stock, then I'm going to tell the customer that I have up to 50 pieces of this thing in my store or in my warehouse. And please make sure the number you entered here is equal to the number of what you have in your warehouse, because as you make a sale, it will be reducing. For example, let's say you sold one today, this will reduce to 49. It keeps reducing until it becomes 0. It's going to help you to know the quantity left in your store. But if you do not wish to put this, maybe you have other means of tracking, or maybe you're always having these goods, then there's no point using manage stock. All you need to do is just let it be in stock. If in the case whereby the product is out of stock, you just have to come back, edit that product, and choose out of stock. But for now, we're just using this one. And then I would like to choose manage stock. So let me put this. I have 15 of this in stock. Just saying 15. And then I'm going to leave the rest of the thing just the way it is. And then the next thing is the shipping. The weight should be around 0.8 kg, 0.8 kg, and shipping class, no shipping class. Okay, it's going to use the default shipping from the website, so make sure you choose no shipping class. And then if there are other attributes to this that you might want to use, maybe the color, you can say color is, you want to add more attributes. We will talk about this later when it comes to attributes. Attributes actually is, you don't want to add, like you see this picture here. For example, if you use a simple type of product like this, it means even if you have different colors of these very products, you have green, you have red, you have blue, and the rest of them, it means you're going to be doing all this process for each of them. But if you want to save your time not doing all this process for each of them, and they all have the same prices, then you're going to be using attributes. We'll talk about this in our next video. Alright, but for now, we'll just leave it very simple. We'll leave that aside. And then linked product, upsell. If you have other related products that are close to this product, which you have previously uploaded, you just search for those products. For example, if you had women gown or women lace, just type the women stuff, women gown, it's going to come up, and then you select it. Now the essence of this upsell and cross-sell is you're suggesting, when you go to the market, you want to buy a bag, for example, and the customer, the buyer tells you, this bag is this bag is that, and then you already pay for the bag, and the next thing the person brings up a shoe and say, this shoe goes with this bag. You see, this shoe goes with this bag, and things like that. So that is where upsell comes in. So you can put a related product that is closely related to these other products, so that when the customer pays for that one, this one comes up, and the person sees it and says, maybe I should go for this also. Maybe I should check this out, things like that. So you can put upsells and cross sales. We'll talk about this in our next video. And for the advanced, you want your customers to have a special note, or you want them to have something in mind while they're buying this product, or you want to give a feedback, you can add it here. Right? You can say, please leave a feedback after purchase. Thank you. Alright, we're done with this product, and then we click on the submit button. Alright, product successfully saved, and the admin has received a notification of a new product that has been posted. So the admin is going to carefully go through this product to make sure everything is in line with the policy of Halal Mart. And once that is being confirmed, then the admin will approve and publish the product. Right now it is not published. Nobody can see this product just posted. Alright, so let me go to the front end of the website to be sure that the product is live or not. Alright, let's search for Gilly on all categories. Sorry, but nothing matched your search. That means the product has not been published because it's still under review. Let's wait for the admin to approve our products. We'll be right back. Okay, let's check again. I have received an email that my product has been successfully submitted by the admin. So let's just go back again and check in the categories of women clothing, or let me go back and type on this Gilly again and see what happens. Alright, there it is. It showed up now. You see that? It's here now. So let's open this product and see how it goes. How it looks like. Wow. Alright, that's our product. That's the description we're talking about. The buyers need to know what this product is all about, and if there were cross sales and the up sale and the down sale, you would have seen those products here under this related product. Okay, so now our product is successfully published, and we can see the tags here. Now this is to switch currency. Maybe someone outside Nigeria wants to buy this product and needs to know the value. Just click on here, and the system will tell them how much this is in dollars, and that is about 41.1 cents. You can see here we have 15 in stock. By the time someone pays for this and is successfully purchased, it's going to reduce to 14, and so on and so forth, and so on. So that's about adding product. So you can go ahead and do yours, and good luck to you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for your time.